There's a halo around little Noah's head, all right, and it's not just the one you can actually see here. This was Noah 2 weeks after a drunk driver slammed into the car Noah was riding in while he was safely buckled in his car seat. Estimates show the driver who hit them was going 60 miles per hour, while Michelle, Noah, and his sister Alexis were sitting at a stop sign. The driver was arrested for DUI.
I don't know, I just remember going, Alexis, and holding her back. And just grabbing her and holding her back and closing my eyes and waiting to hear brakes or tire screeching. And they did, and all of a sudden I just felt the impact.
The impact twisted and threw Michelle's car across the street.
I remember at the same time, altogether, wanting to know, where is the person who did this? And I was kind of out of it, and I remember, where is the person who did this? Who is he? He was going so fast it wasn't even normal. You know, my daughter was okay, but my son, I don't understand, I know. I was T-boned, I just didn't understand how he got so hurt. He was in a seatbelt, he was strapped in, and
Alexis, Noah, and Michelle were all transported to the UMC Trauma Center. Alexis would thankfully recover quickly. Michelle had a long list of very serious injuries.
It was my pelvis, my broken hip, something here with my ankle. I had internal I had a ruptured spleen, my liver.
2 weeks after the crash, Michelle still couldn't remember all of her injuries, and she didn't care. She was focused on Noah. Noah had been critically injured.
He had a traumatic occipital-cervical dissociation, which in layman's terms means that he separated his head from his cervical spine or his neck. And when you have that type of an injury, it causes an injury to the spinal cord, which affects everything, and this is why Noah was paralyzed completely from the neck down, including the inability to even breathe on his own. Usually the people that are involved in that, with that type of an injury do not survive. Well, I really thought his prognosis was very poor. I wasn't sure if he was going to survive this injury.
As a mom, for me, I just saw him almost like vegetable state. For me, those terms were never used, but when I saw him, he just laid there and that didn't move. He couldn't move anything. And he would just open his eyes and, tears would come out, and there was nothing.
Eventually, there was something, a little finger movement, a wiggling toe. Little Noah is a master communicator without saying anything at all.
Who is that?
Oh, who's that?
Run, little monkey, run. Who is coming? Oh, he said, that's good. He's telling you something. Yeah.
I know.
He's telling you something. Yes, I did. I know what he said. Uh-huh.
It was an instant connection between Noah and UMC speech pathologist Dale Whitman.
He really couldn't move. His neck was immobilized. He wasn't moving his arms or legs. And when I first walked in, I remember I looked at him and he looked at me and he smiled. And I'll never forget that day when he smiled at me.
Noah's brilliant smile is electric.
Not only did he begin to improve, but his attitude was just incredible. His smile and his laughter, and whenever you walked in the room, his smile just lit up the room.
Just weeks after the crash, with Noah slowly improving, his mom Michelle had amazing hope and strength.
And look at him. You know, look at him. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more. I just pray to God that, God, if this is his life, then it's okay. We'll make it work. If this is where he'll be, this is what he's gonna be left with, it's okay, because he's here. And we'll make it work. But I do have faith.
We're gonna finish. We're almost there. There you go. Yep. You got it. Thank you. Good job.
Noah was transferred to Cameridian to continue his recovery.
Very nice. You're done. You're done.
Months after the crash, it was time for Noah's visible halo to be removed.
His neck muscles are going to get used to his head again.
Of course, yeah.
Dr. Thomas Vodder had been following Noah since the crash. That halo had become Noah's security blanket. He had gotten used to it.
Yay, you can go home now. That is just a miracle for us. I never suspected him to come as far as he did. Getting him off the respirator and then seeing him move his arms and his legs. So it's really been quite a success story, I think, for him. I attribute the success again to the initial response team that took care of this child, that recognized potential cervical spine injuries, brought him to the Level 1 Trauma Center. University Medical Center, by the way, is just an amazing institution. I think we've had some real saves and success stories.
Here you go. Come on. Let's look. Let's go to it. Good job. Uh-oh.
You almost got it.
Stand back up.
1 year after the crash, Noah is back home with his family.
I was doing great.
It really is.
Oh, good step. I saw that step. Oh, 2 steps.
Good step with your left.
And you got it. Nice job. Grab it. Nice job.
Noah and Dale have become lifelong friends.
I'm gonna get you.
No.
You're happy because you know how bad the situation was at the beginning. And you also know that he was a normal little boy before this accident. So it's kind of bittersweet.
He and his father were talking, and he even said, you know, even let's just say that this is it. Look at, we already won. And I said, yeah, you're right. I mean, nobody wants to say, oh, his life, he's never gonna walk, or he's never gonna do the things, you know, kindergarten's coming and stuff, but, you know, you just have to hope that when he gets there, he'll be strong enough. And when I see him smile like nothing's wrong, well, then you have to say, oh, he doesn't know any better. Why am I sad for him? I just want him to go to school and just not feel left out. All I really want is him, you know, just to be strong and be what he can be.
And she's definitely one of the most positive people I've ever met. From the very beginning, very positive, and had a great attitude throughout this entire very traumatic story.
As far as I see it, I guess I've already won. You know, considering the injuries and what I had against, you know, the odds we were against, well, look at, I guess I won it.